Good afternoon and welcome to the Lapa Hour. I am your host I am Josie Roy along with my co-host, Mr. Len Church. We are so glad to be back on this third Sunday to talk about a lot of interesting and give out some important information that is going to affect each and every one of us. So we're here today. We have a special guest that will be bringing some really pertinent information, and hopefully you'll get involved and listen to what Mr. Bill Swiatek is talking about today. And also Len and I will be also filling in and asking some questions and giving some information also. So with that, Len, I just want to say it's always a pleasure, you know that, on the third Sunday. I have to give you that early morning call.
Yes.
And make sure
Refreshing.
you're in town, first of all, because
Refreshing.
you're such a busy guy.
Very refreshing. But
Yeah.
what I like to pass on to you guys out there, and I want to say this to the guys that are actually about to become fathers. That's Happy Father's Day to all of you out there, all you OHs. I always like to use acronyms, but I can follow them up. That means you O-heads. And then, of course, all you OGs out there. Some of you, wherever you are, we want to just wish you what we consider to be a happy Father's Day. And remember this, don't let them make you cook. Let somebody else cook for you. I know what it's like when it comes time to be behind the grill. It's ladies' day up. That's the way I see it. We may only get one day, but this isn't a honeydew day. Keep that in mind, and thanks a lot. All right, Josie?
Okay, well, thank you so much. I didn't forget, was going to say, but happy Father's Day to all the fathers and to all those who have to step in. You know, we can't never forget these stepfathers and have to step in for the fathers. And, you know, so if you are that person, or if you have been there, you're doing that, done that, happy Father's Day to you, and hats off to you, and thank you for all that you do. And again, happy Father's Day to all the fathers out there. Now, I want to give a special Father's Day shout out to our guest, Mr. Bill Swiatek, because he is, this is his first time. He's a father now. Happy Father's Day to him. And I got that information. I know you probably wondering how I got that information, but I got a phone call from a dear friend of yours and mine, and told me that you now are a newly father. So anyway, happy Father's Day to you, Bill. And again, thank you so much for coming to be with us. You know, when I got the call to ask could you come, I was very pleased because, first of all, Len and I have been involved. And we know a lot about what you're going to be speaking about. And it's very important, and I've been to the meetings, and you know, sometimes I express my concerns, and you know, for the people, and sometimes somebody has to speak up, be a voice for those who don't speak out. And I've been there, but what's going to take place is going to affect everybody, Len, in the communities out on the Route 9 corridor and around, you know, so it was so important to have you to come. Somebody asked, could I just read something? A lot of times when you read things, it's not like the person actually being here and explaining. I think you get more when you have that personal one-on-one than just to read something, because you know what we do sometimes, we take these, we read it, but then it's going in the trash. But if I'm talking to you and you're listening and you're understanding, it becomes interesting to you, then you'll listen and take it to heart. So today we have with us again Bill Swiatek, and he's here to talk about the Route 9 corridor master plan. Now he's going to explain everything, what they say Wilmapco, what it means, how it got started, and the involvement, and also to now get the community involved. So with that, I'm going to turn it over to him, and Bill, come in your own way and kind of explain what the Wilmapco means, the plan, what's happening, and thank you again. I'm so grateful to have you here today to come and to talk to the community so they can understand how important this is.
Well, thank you, Josie, and thank you, Len. Thank you again for the Father's Day wishes, and I want to extend them as well to all the fathers and stepfathers and so forth out there. Len, my wife, did take your advice this morning. She made me my favorite breakfast, pancakes with chocolate chip morsels.
My.
So I'm all energized and ready to go. So thank you for having us again. Yes, as Josie mentioned, we have a very important meeting coming up on June the 25th. That's on not this Monday, but the next Monday. It's going to be at the Rose Hill Community Center in the Senior Center, and it's going to begin at 5:30 p.m. and extend for a couple hours after that. And really what the purpose of the meeting is for folks to learn a little bit more about the Route 9 Corridor Master Plan, and also to learn about what we've been doing over the last year to work on implementing some of that plan. We'll also have some other speakers there to talk about some other big community initiatives. So there's a group working with the Port of Wilmington on a community benefits agreement to get more local benefits to the port and the possible expansion there. So that group's going to be there to talk. We're also going to have DENREC there to talk about some local environmental initiatives. The EPA is going to be there to be talking about some of their environmental initiatives, as well as the Public Health Department to talk about some of the health concerns in the corridor. So all these groups are going to be there on the 25th. So as Josie mentioned, it's a wonderful opportunity for the community to kind of come out and to get involved and to give their voice to some of these initiatives and really to help guide them. We're going to have roundtable discussions, so it's not like you come in and you see a few poster boards and you try to get your opinions in there. You're going to be able to sit down with these people and really have conversations at each of the different stations that we're going to have. But just to back up a little bit and talk about the Route 9 Master Plan, my agency, which is the Wilmington Area Planning Council, and we call it Wilmapco for short, we're the metropolitan planning organization, so we're responsible for the region's long-range transportation plan. We were asked a few years ago by Castle County to do a master plan for the Route 9 corridor. And the area we're talking about is really Route 9 and the communities between the city of Wilmington and the city of Newcastle. So the part of Route 9 that's part of Newcastle County, it's not part of the city of Wilmington, not Southbridge, and not part of the city of Newcastle. So my agency believes a lot in public involvement for doing plans. So when we got this, our first thing to do was to invite all the civic leaders up and down the corridor to sit on what would become a steering committee to help us guide what this plan would look like. And we basically, took a look at that group, and they helped guide doing some analysis of the corridor. They helped guide looking at how we can reach out to the public to get a vision for the master plan. And we basically, from there, from pooling a vision together in 2016, doing a lot of work at different events, meeting people on the street, so forth, doing a lot of technical analysis, as I mentioned, like we did a lot of real estate, market analysis, what's potential in the corridor. We came up with some major recommendations to both land development and also transportation to give this corridor sort of a vision for the next 20 years. And I want to stress that because it's not like this is going to happen or this is what it's going to be. These are ideas. These are things that are not, for the most part, funded. And each of those recommendations that's in the master plan needs more study